long you been flying in the airlines?
For the airlines, it's going on 3 years in November now.
3 years in November.
Yes, sir. Before this, I was in college and I was studying, broadcast journalism, and I was being this server at this movie tavern. It's a movie theater and a restaurant at the same time. Us servers will pretty much just go meet the customer, take their order down off a little cool Palm Pilot too. They'll go straight to the back of the kitchen, they'll get the orders ready, and then the food runners, they'll like run the drinks and stuff. So pretty much it was just interaction, customer service, but everything was like a team. We'll make sure we helped out everyone.
That's amazing. That is amazing.
It was fun.
So where are you going today?
Today I'll be in Monterrey, Mexico.
Have you been there before?
Yes, love Mexico. Actually, one of my favorite places in Mexico is Leon. Yes. Oh, I love
that.
Yeah, I bet you do. There's a lot to go down in Leon.
We had the casino. We had it all.
My favorite place that I've ever traveled to. I'm just now getting started, getting the ball rolling with the international side. But I went to Guatemala, and that was fun. I went to Antigua, checked out the history there, the culture, the vibe, and the atmosphere was awesome. And then went to Monterrico Beach. It was amazing.
You said you was able to see black sand?
Yeah, for the very first time ever in my life, I saw black sand.
I haven't seen black sand.
You got to get to Monterrico. you got to get to Guatemala. There it goes, right there. So yeah, if you ain't never seen black sand ever in your life, it's in Monterrico Beach, Guatemala. Well, there's a story behind this. I started off, it was going back to earlier. I was in college, and I was coming down to my second semester, and I wanted to take a little break from college for a little bit, but I needed something else to do, and I didn't want to pretty much I wanted to elevate in life and actually grow on. So pretty much I didn't want to just stay at my current job, which was the movie tap at that time. So I was thinking, all of a sudden it was one night I just looked up and saw planes flying.
And so nobody in your family?
None.
You just seen the plane. It was like
I saw a plane and just knew a person that was a flight attendant.
Oh, okay.
And then just asked them, hey, what's the process? What can I do? So they just said, hey, just apply online. You don't need no degree, none of that big time stuff. Just go for it. So I applied, and I applied for different airlines. Of course, we always do. We put out different types of airlines for everything.
Everywhere.
Yeah.
I did over 20-some apps, man.
Man,
so I've not been denied every company you could think of.
Hey, man, I'm kind of with you because I applied at an airline and I was in their training. I was actually in their training program, but then I had little issues. I didn't really know what to expect when it came down to emergency procedures and tests and exams, things of that nature. So had to be released.
So this like a random side note, because as I'm recording this, I'm hearing that darn microwave in the background. Like, bruh, what are you doing? Who is messing with that microwave? Like, is that person trying to make some cup noodles and don't know how much to heat it up and he's keep on trying? Sorry about that, y'all.
No, so being released, because I can relate. I was released from training before also.
Yes.
What gave you the courage to keep on going?
Well, they actually invited me back because, after them seeing that I actually wanted to be a flight attendant, that I was willing to learn, they invited me back. They said, take about maybe 2-3 weeks, figure things out and try to study a little bit harder, and then you already know what to expect. So they invited me back, and that was my second chance. So
don't tell me they kicked you out again.
I didn't get this. You said it right there. They kicked me out. You guys know something. I want to let you guys know something. For these new FAs that's coming in, hey, you guys, it's a great accomplishment when you pass that exam and then you're right there on the verge and you want to get a little powwow and have maybe a little here or there. Don't. It's not worth it. I'm telling you. Just think future and think ahead. Think, hey, for these next 3.5 for some, or 8 weeks for others, for this set time here, just do what you got to do. And that's what it is, really. And then there was airline number 2.
So after you left, you was like, so you was released from training.
Yeah,
And
that was my first airline.
that was your first airline. So you went twice, you was released. So in your mind, did that motivate you to keep on wanting to be a flight attendant? Like, I'm going to keep on going, apply for different airlines.
There was going to be nothing at all means that was going to stop me. I mean, of course, it was kind of, discouraging to think like,
Oh
man, why would I?
Told everybody you about to be based here, you flight attendant,
yeah.
and they see you back at home.
They see me, man. I'm telling you, I had to actually think of like, it was at the time where I was like, can't believe I flunked out. I didn't told people.
Man, I'm not going back home.
So exactly, there was a time where I had to avoid a few people because they was asking me plenty of questions. So then came airline number 2. Was in training, with them, and it was I had a little good run. I knew what to expect. I'm like, okay, I can't fail this time because I know 2. I'm been in the number 1. This is my second one. Same thing. Actually, I was overstressed and overworked. I wasn't even relaxed and everything because I was like overstudying and everything. Didn't get no sleep that night. So came exam time. It was, of course, most of our exams are time limit. So
they usually give you 2 chances if you failed, and you get backup chance.
Yeah. But this was like, it was like pretty much like you went under the radar. Like you can't even get no retake. So pretty much, I did my exam and everything, and then I was out.
I know you like, this just not for me, or you seen the grass on the other side. Was like, man, I have to get this type of.
I was like, maybe right now ain't the perfect time, but I said, I at least know that this is something I want to do, and this is something I'm gonna have to chase. Wise counselors always told me that the best way to get past the wall is either over it, around it, or under it, and there's a problem for every solution. So through my application in here at Mesa. These was like during the time with the other 2 airlines, right? Now Mesa, they sent me like 5, 6, maybe 10 different emails at the most, like inviting me out to an open house.
Come on,
inviting me out to an open house, and then I was like, I never actually had the time to get there because the days they wanted me there, I was either in school or I was working at the time, or I just couldn't get to the place and stuff. So I used to live in Atlanta at the time. Originally from LA, just to throw that out there, LA is one of the best cities of all time. So yeah, it was cool at the time, and then had an interview in Charlotte. Drove out to Charlotte and everything, gave them what they wanted to see. So then they accepted me, came here to Mesa, and then
3 years later.
3 years later. So that shows you after 3 tries, 3 years later.
It's meant to be, man.
It was perfect. It was a perfect opportunity, and I love it here at Mesa. It's an amazing growth, potentials here, opportunities here. So hey.
So if you can freestyle one thing off your head to somebody that's inspiring to be a flight attendant, what advice do you have to them?
Oh, simple advice: don't give up. If it happened for me, you're looking. Yes. If this happened for me, it could definitely happen for you. I'm gonna tell you the truth. I ain't the brightest, or when it comes to exams, things like that. I can like sometimes get like cooped up under pressure and everything. But after these 3 years, I've learned to relax. I learned to chill, and I learned to take life at a time, and know that there's different routes and different courses that you never thought you'll land in.
That is an amazing story. Appreciate you, brother.
Hey, appreciate you, man.